Elections are underway in Sweden with the Prime Minister, FREDRIK, REINFELDT, looking set to get back into office. Polls suggest his centre-right party may hold on to power, but without a majority. Lawrence Lee has more from Stockholm.
Sweden's Social Democratic Party is Sweden's identity, or at least it has been for decades. These people and their ideology set the standard for liberals across Europe. Tax high, spend it on the poor. The Swedish model was admired by socialists everywhere.
We
believe in welfare for all. No gap between the rich and poor. No one should need money to get healthcare.
The vote looks likely to re-elect the right-wing moderate party and its coalition. Well ahead in the polls, voters have applauded their handling of the economy. But more strikingly, they've also supported the government's tougher stance on state handouts to the unemployed and the needy.
Because they want to create new money by helping companies. And you see in the wallet also that it has become better now these years when they have been in the...
Because they're not giving so much money away in benefits.
Yeah.
If the opinion polls are right, then Swedes will be making a little bit of their own political history in this election. If the right-wing moderate coalition retain power, they'll have broken a stranglehold that the left-wing Social Democrats have had over Swedish politics since before the Second World War. For once, it seems that many Swedes are voting a little less with their consciences, but a little more with their wallets. The Prime Minister in waiting enjoys very large personal support too, and the loudest cheers come when he talks of tax breaks, Europe's largest economic growth, and how Sweden is avoiding financial chaos.
We have the policies for job creation. We are better at keeping the economy together.
And welfare as well?
Absolutely, because welfare comes out of the policies of job creation. If you have many people in the labor, you will also see that you have better resources for your welfare ambitions.
Not just here, but across the continent, governments are moving to the right, largely driven by economics. Elsewhere, people don't much like it, but here it seems they do. It wouldn't be a surprise if Sweden ends up being admired again, but by the Conservatives. Lawrence Lee, Al Jazeera, Stockholm.
Well, for more, we're joined live from Stockholm by Pontus Mattsson, who's a radio journalist and a political analyst. Welcome to the programme, Mr. Mattsson. I guess this is all about how the far right might shape the politics of Sweden in the next few years.
Yes, it is, and the polls show yesterday that they are winning, but the gap is quite close, and maybe we also have an anti-immigrant party, the Sweden Democrats, and they have the possibility to get into parliament for the first time in history and maybe get the position to balance the power between the both coalitions.
So how is this being followed in Sweden as a whole by the voting public? How do they perceive the far right and so on and so forth? Clearly they're gaining in popularity.
Yes, they are. I think the Sweden Democrats are a very anti-immigrant and anti-establishment party. And of course it's driven by an anti-immigration policy. It's also people who don't trust the political establishment, who think that the politicians don't address the problems that they face, and that they want to shake up the society by voting for them, more than actually that they are so anti-immigrant as the party itself is.
Should we be surprised that the far right has gained such a foothold in this most liberal of countries?
Not really, actually. Probably the center-right coalition will be bigger than the red-green coalition, and 4 out of 5 opinion polls yesterday showed that the Sweden Democrats also will take place in the parliament.
Okay, so with the Sweden Democrats, I guess they're likely to nibble away at the majority, and in that sense they could become kingmakers in the whole setup. Is that how it could pan out? Yeah, maybe, but all the other parties have said that they will have nothing to do with the Sweden Democrats. They will not whatever give them any possibility to be just kingmakers. So maybe there will be coalitions between the Liberal and the Centre Party and the Social Democrats, or the Green Party might support the Liberal and the Conservative Party. And it all depends on how the results are, which party gets which kind of votes, and if the Sweden Democrats get into the parliament. Just quickly, when do we expect to have results coming through?
The polls are closed. It's 8 o'clock tonight.
Okay, Pontus Mattsson, appreciate that. Thanks a lot.